Junko Furuta. This is likely one of the worst cases of juvenile crime in history, known as the concrete-encased high school girl murder case, as the victim's body was discovered inside a concrete-filled drum. However, this is the least disturbing part of the whole event. On the evening of November 25, 1988, Junko Furuta was on her way home from her part-time job when she encountered Hiroshi Miyano and Shinji Minato, two teenage boys looking for girls to rob and do what can't be said on YouTube. Their plan was for Minato to knock her off her bicycle, allowing Miyano to step in, pretend to be her savior, and offer to walk her home. All of this was intended to gain her trust. However, after luring her to a nearby warehouse, Miyano revealed his true intentions, threatening Junko by claiming he was a member of the Yakuza and would spare her only if she obeyed his commands. After doing something inappropriate to her, he called his friend Ogura, who insisted that she should not be released, as he wanted to do the same. The next day, Junko was taken to a park where Miyano, Minato, Ogura, and another accomplice, Watanabe, were waiting to do what Miyano did the previous day. They told her they knew where she lived and warned that the Yakuza would kill her family if she attempted to escape. The group decided to confine her in Minato's house, where she would be held captive for 40 days. When her parents reported her missing, the captors forced Junko to call her mother 3 times, claiming she had run away but was safe and staying with friends. This was a manipulation meant to discourage further police investigation. While she was being held, Minato's parents were present in the house, so Junko was forced to pretend to be his girlfriend. However, when his parents realized what was happening, they still did nothing, later stating that they were afraid of their son, who had become increasingly violent toward them. When the group of guys realized Minato's parents wouldn't be a problem, they just dropped the act. The worst began on November 28th, when their violence escalated. They used fire where it shouldn't be used, made her stand without anything on the balcony at night in freezing temperatures, and they also inserted objects, including a bottle and a metal rod, where they shouldn't have been. She also inhaled paint thinner fumes. At one point, Miyano became enraged after claiming to have stepped in a puddle of her yellow liquid and decided to use fire as punishment. Throughout December, the situation worsened, leaving Junko completely unrecognizable by the end of the month. Her injuries made her unable to walk to the toilet. Her face was incredibly swollen, and her wounds began to emit a foul odor. On January 4th, 1989, after losing money in a game of mahjong, Miyano became incredibly enraged. The following events are too graphic to detail fully, but they involved hot wax from candles, eyelids, and being forced to drink yellow liquid. At the end, the attackers wrapped their hands in plastic to avoid getting dirty, then started punching with their fists and an iron exercise ball. They then used fire one last time. After approximately 2 hours of agony, Junko succumbed to her injuries. The body was placed into a travel bag, placed it inside a metal drum, and filled it with wet concrete before dumping it near a construction site. Münster,